money makers and code breakers. I'm Jean Marie, a millennial wife and mom of two, and here on my channel, I talk about all things digital planning, productivity, organization, and finance with an emphasis on budgeting and retirement prep, and a little bit of business. Okay, so let's get into this video. In this video, we'll be closing out my monthly budget for the month of March. And March was a pretty good month because, as a lot of you may know, it is or was Magic March, which what that means is it consisted of an extra paycheck, as I guess you want to say, depending on when and how you get paid. If you're paid bi-weekly, then I believe you had 3 paychecks. And if you're paid weekly, then you had 5. But for me, I actually had 6 because I work a per diem job as well. And I did a shift towards the end of the month. So it came right in time to close out my budget, which I was very thankful for. So these were my 5 paychecks for my part-time job for the month of March. And I currently work 24 hours a week, although I feel like I'm being stretched to more hours than 24. But anyway, and then I also have my per diem job that I work every so often here and there. And that job is attached to a 401k. So I try to work there. I'm trying to actually start increasing my hours there so I can start contributing to my 401k a little bit more aggressively. And it's a pretty easy job. It's a pretty nice job, so I like it. It's assisted living. My part-time day job, my main job is a visiting nurse, and then the per diem is assisted living. And I mainly do like third shift for there because it's just a little more flexible and it works with my schedule that way. So let's go ahead and start with the thorn in my side. Let's eat the frog. We're going to start with that. So altogether, you'll see that this is highlighted green, which is a good thing. So for my first credit card, I budgeted that I would put down $408 towards it, but I actually did not hit that goal. I only did $296, and you'll see the reason why. So for this loan right here, I budgeted $400, but I actually did $649. So basically, the funds just got reallocated somewhere else in the debt category. And the reason for that being is because I decided that I wanted to hurry up and get rid of this one right here, just so I can get it out the way and start allocating more funds towards the 3 credit cards right here. The 2 credit cards right here. And then for my platinum, I budgeted $250 and I actually only paid $150. So you'll see I was down in these 2 credit cards, but I was up on the loan. So altogether, I still paid off more than I budgeted. So I am actually happy with that. So now we'll go over to savings and investing. So SOS is short for my emergency fund. So I did budget $300 and I actually saved $311 in there. So I am actually proud of that. So that was over budget. And then for my sinking funds envelope, I budgeted $50, but I actually only saved $25. And the reason is I pretty much only have one thing that I'm saving for right now, and that's my patio makeover. I did just add a new envelope today. So, but that wouldn't be included in this budget because it doesn't pertain to March at all. I'm starting it in April. So, and I'm also saving for the water bill. My water bill is paid quarterly. So rather than paying the one big lump sum, I'm trying to just create a sinking fund for the water bill. So when it does come up, I just paid it in March. So I have, another like 2 months before it's due again. So I want to just start saving slowly, or not slowly, because watch, it'll be here before you know it. You'll pretty much blink our eyes and we'll be buying Christmas presents and opening them up on December 25th. So yes, I am creating a sinking fund for that, but I did not put anything towards that this month and the reason why I didn't put anything towards it this month is because it got paid this month. So let's see. I need to highlight this one red because I was under budget for that. Okay, and then I did not put anything towards my Roth or my 529 this month for my son. So my goal is to pick up on that starting Q2, which is in April. So next month I'll be, starting to focus more on the Roth and the 529. So now we'll go down to my fixed and variable expenses, which are actually my bills, and my M6s are included in here. My M6s to me are my mandatory 6, which are my non-negotiables. So those are my rent and utility, my car insurance, my cell phone, groceries, and gas, and of course the water bill too. So yes, my non-negotiables are my rent and my utilities, car insurance, cell phone, groceries, gas, and the water bill. Those are what have to be, and that's actually, I believe, seven now because the water bill wasn't always a thing, but it recently is now. So those are my mandatory non-negotiable bills that I focus on first. Those are what they call my four walls. So I focus on those, make sure that I budget for those first, and those take precedence over everything else. And then I will go on to my variable expenses, or my not so my more of my wants versus my needs. So those are household items, self-care, health and beauty. Which self-care actually needs to become a part of my non-negotiables, because if I'm not okay, like mentally and physically, then what's the point in budgeting? Because what, like, you have to take care of yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. So we have to make sure that we take time to take care of ourselves. So this may actually, once I start creating a little bit more income, I may actually add this into my non-negotiables and make it what a M8. These mandatories are just creeping up, but yes, definitely have to take care of ourselves. Mentally and physically, our mental health is very, very important. So that may just become something that becomes a non-negotiable. And then we have health and beauty, business subscriptions, my stipend, eating out, coffee and Red Bull, and subscriptions. So for rent and utility, I actually budgeted, $920. I actually paid out 1160. I wonder why that is. But anyway, it got paid. So I was over budget in that category. And then my car insurance is 120. And that's the same. So I paid that, and then my cell phone, I budgeted 300. And the reason why it's 300, because why is it? I think I just because of a new phone that I got. So I budgeted 300 and I only paid 149. So actually only ended up having to pay 149. So I was under budget with that one, and I am glad about that. That's basically an additional $150 that got saved. And groceries, I budgeted 450 and came out my pocket $254.80. So I think it was like a week that I didn't do grocery shopping. And that's probably because my husband probably did the grocery shopping that week. And then, so that was like a week off from me, because that's pretty much like half, which I think I was over budgeting for the groceries because I felt like we were just not making it through the week. But either way, I came under budget with that one. And then household, I budgeted 150, and I was under budget with 125, which is shocking because I'm still doing a lot of like trying to like decorate the rooms and buy things here, and you know what I'm saying, to start sprucing up the house and doing some spring decoration and stuff like that. So I'm surprised I'm under the budget with this because I be on Amazon all the time. So I am actually very proud about that. And then self-care, I budgeted $80 and I went over, and I'm not mad about that because, like I said, we need to start prioritizing our self care. But I did go over by $12. And I believe that was because I got my nails done. And then there's something else that I did. I got my nails done. I threaded my eyebrows. And I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, it must have been worth it. And I think it was worth it. So now we'll go to health and beauty. I budgeted $80 and I only spent $64.13. And health and beauty for me is like my lotions, my body washes, soap, and all that good stuff, and my face routine, my skincare products. Sorry, my skincare products. I like to use a CeraVe and also the Ordinary, so they can get CeraVe can get very pricey. The Ordinary I think is very affordable, so I never complain about their prices. And then for gas, which is a part of my M6, I budgeted 190, and I actually was over budget. I spent $202.41 on gas last month. This fluctuates a lot because, like I said, I do visiting nursing, so I'm on the road all day, driving from patient to patient, patient to patient. They be in different towns. Sometimes I could be in one town for one patient or two patients, and on the other side of the highway for another patient. So I do be coming out a lot for gas, but I think this isn't bad. The 202 for the month because it is a Honda, so it's gas for the car isn't that expensive, and I think it's like $50 or $60, like $60 almost to fill it up right now. So, and for business subscriptions, it was $21, and I was under budget with that at 1713. I wonder why. Because I thought I knew exactly how much the subscriptions cost. I might have canceled something. That might have been what it was in the month of March. Probably canceled something that wasn't being utilized or wasn't cost effective. And my stipend, I actually budgeted zero, but I gave myself $34.99, so I was over budget in that category. And then eating out, budgeted $100, and of course it came to 154.84. So this is gonna be a struggle for me. This is probably always gonna be red. This is gonna be red till I freaking got dentures and I can't even order out anymore or something because this is always gonna be red. It's a hard category, but I'm trying. We taking baby steps over here. And then my coffee and Red Bull is gonna be even more freaking harder than the eating out category to try to suppress because it's not so much coffee. Actually, it is coffee too because I drink a lot of Red Bull, but my coffee is an expensive coffee because I like the latte and then I get two extra espresso shots in there. So that makes my coffee like the coffee ends up being like $9, almost $9. So it's a very expensive coffee and it's only a medium, but yeah, with those two extra shots of espresso, I try to scan the app every time I go so I can get rewards. And then sometimes what I do is I'll have the points pay for my two extra espresso shots just so I can save some money on this almost $9-10 coffee. And then so of course I was over budget in that category. Damn, was this month as good as I thought it was? Jesus. And okay, so for my subscriptions, and these are my regular personal subscriptions, like my Apple storage and my Amazon, my BJ's subscription. So I budgeted 80, and the reason why it's so high is because this month was the month to renew my BJ's subscription. Okay. And so, yep, I budgeted 80 and I only paid $23.04. So I was under budget in that category. Yay. And like I said, that's because the $55 would have been would have brought that up to somewhere around the 80. But so I was under budget and I'm happy about that. And then the water bill for the first quarter was $181. And that is like, this is my first time ever having to pay the water bill for renting an apartment. I had to pay the water bill when I owned my condo, but I never had to pay a water bill when as a renter. Actually, no, I did. Let me take that back. I was renting a house one time and we were responsible for the water bill, which I think is fair and right because you're renting the house. So that I understood. But as of renting a condo, I never had to pay the water bill. So this is new to me and it's crazy, but I guess it is what it is. So yes, it's $181 for the first quarter and that got paid this month. So what I budgeted is what it was. So altogether my budget came up to $2,772 and I spent $2,756.24. So it put me under budget and I am happy about that. So over here we're going to go to recap, and the recap is my budget income was 4157. I was actually above that at 4208 with a difference of $51 in plus. And then my budget for money spent was 2772. I was below my budget at 2756. So which I'm very, very proud about because one of my goals, my finance goals also for the month of March was to decrease my expenses by a certain percentage. I think it was like by 2%, February's expenses. So I think I actually might have hit that goal. And then my budget for debt was 1,058 and I actually paid 1,095. So I was over, I was up in a good way, in the green, for debt at an additional $37. I basically paid an additional $37 in debt. And then for savings, I budgeted 405 and I only saved 378. So I was under by $27, which not really actually, I'm not really too happy about that. But the reason why is because I put a hold on savings just for a short period of time, just so I can focus more on the debt, since that is my finance goal for the month of March. So I just basically reallocated the money from savings to debt so I can hurry and get that loan out the way. And another reason why is because I had hit a savings milestone. So since I hit that milestone, I was like, let me just put a pause on it for like a couple of weeks just so I can take those funds and start paying down this debt, which I'm very proud about that, because this right here, I think is the loan is almost paid off. I think I have like one or two more payments, like which is like $150. So I'll probably just pay that off at once just to get it out the way. Boom, go hit, and I'll be happy about that. So in the month of April, I should actually be finishing paying this off. So you'll see that in my videos. Um, I'll do like a debt payoff video. So you guys will see that, me paying off that loan, and I can't wait to get that shit out the way. Okay, ladies, that's the end of my March budget closeout. If you made it this far in this video, you're a real one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So stay tuned for my April budget with me video, as well as a plan with me video.